Hola. What up, y'all? Hola. What's up, beautiful people? Hello, Ryan. Hello. So, you guys, I was about to go to bed, but I said, let me holler at my midnight crew, see what y'all up to. I ain't even put no water. I should have put I could have sprayed a little water in my hair, but I just came on here to say this real quick. Tonight, they had a call to white women for Kamala Harris, for Vice President Kamala Harris. Hello, Debbie. Hi, how are you? So I just had to say this. I wanted to just get this out. Like I said, I didn't even put no lip chap on. I didn't put no water in my hair, nothing, right? Tonight they had a call for white women on Zoom, and they broke the internet for VP Kamala Harris. They raised millions of dollars, you guys. And I know y'all probably really tired because, like, every celebrity influencer person y'all know right now is talking about this election. And I know y'all like politics, schmolitics. They had a call. Exactly. They had a call for gay men as well. I just wanted to come on here and say I'm so proud of us as a country. I'm so proud of us as a country because I don't mean, I'm not trying to be shady, but I don't ever recall, like, people getting on Zoom calls and donating millions of dollars to a presidential election. I don't ever recall that happening, even with Barack Obama. As geeked as we were about it and as much as we showed up for him, I don't recall there being like major like fundraising calls and people coming together for a candidate. So I just wanted to say that. I ain't gonna stay on here long, y'all, in real life. I'm just super geeked up. I know I'm driving y'all crazy, just like a lot of my other peers, driving y'all crazy with all of this like election coverage. We're like some bootleg CNN folks, but I just think this is so important, not just for Black women. I think this is important for the whole world, right? I mean, initially we were really geeked up because it's like, okay, we got Divine Nine, we got, the first potential Black woman president, but bigger than that is we have a candidate that has brought together people from all walks of life. I mean, literally tonight, they had a call for gay men, LGBTQIA men for Kamala. They had white women for Kamala. They had Black women for Kamala, Black men for Kamala. I see moms for Kamala. Like, it's just so beautiful to see the whole world coming together for common good. So I just think that, it's more like Harris for humanity. Because the other thing that we're seeing is we're seeing a whole lot more clips and images. Maybe we just paying attention to it for the first time, or maybe, I don't know. But I know all of this stuff I'm seeing about who you're voting for, the black guy or the white guy, and people referring to like childless women as cat women and shit, like that kind of division and vitriol and toxic, destructive talk. That's not what this country needs right now. You feel me? And I'm just geeked. That's it. I just wanted to come on here and share that. I'm geeked about the direction of the country. I see, like, y'all see that judge I posted? Like, it's just something happened with that eclipse. Ain't nothing good gonna come to you till you do right by people. Promise you that. You with the ill intentions. So just excited, geeked up, tired. Got a super busy schedule coming up over the next couple of weeks. Super, super busy. But you guys keep, amplifying greater. Keep amplifying, the need for our community to get out and vote. I ain't gonna tell y'all who to vote for, because maybe y'all do want Project 2025. I mean, maybe some of y'all out here like Candace Owens thinks it's a good thing. But I think after seeing what we saw with our sister Sonia Massey and what we've seen continuously over and over and over again in our communities, it's really important for us to get actively involved in this voter process. So whoever you vote for, just make sure that you are educated and informed in your decision. And I really think, it's time for us as a community to also straighten up and fly right. I be on here live and, sometimes I get passionate and I get to speaking a little out of turn using, colorful language. I think if we went back to some of the lessons that our grandparents and our ancestors and those that came before us taught us about class and integrity, and we can be refined people too, right? Everybody does. I'm not saying that you can't live a colorful, loud, real, honest, authentic life, but maybe it's time for us to just all find a place where we can reel something in. You know how, like, if you really want something to happen, sometimes you'll do like a fast, right? I was talking to my cousin. She was like, "Hey, we need to figure out what fast we're going to do as we get closer to the case." We do our fast. Either we're going to fast from social media, we're going to fast from fast food or from sugar or whatever. I think maybe we could fast from toxic behaviors and displays of, ourselves and our brothers and sisters. Somebody said Democrats will never do anything for Black community. I disagree with that. I think, look, it's late. I ain't got no edge control on. Ain't that many of y'all on here, so I can pretend like I know something about politics. So let me respond to that question. Democrats will never do anything for Black people. I hear a lot of people speaking, and I've probably, people probably have some justification for how they feel, because I be saying the same thing, like, the hood been the hood for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ride through the neighborhood and you realize that, ain't much changed over the years. If anything, it's gotten worse. So then you ask yourself, like, okay, well, what is the Democratic Party doing for our community? But that is kind of an ignorant question, because, and by ignorant, I mean unaware, because there's only so much. Like, now that I'm learning more about politics, I'm learning more about, Congress, I'm learning more about legislation, I'm learning more about, how bills get passed. Like, for example, I was looking at something, and I'm gonna start figuring out how to tag you guys in some of this research, right? But I was looking at something, and someone had mentioned that the heartbeat bill that the Heritage Fund, who also are the people who are responsible allegedly for Project 2025, but the heartbeat bill was something that they had been trying to get passed for years, and that's what led to the ban on abortion, allegedly, right? So the bottom line is, Democrats do care about the communities, because most of the time Democrats come from those communities. Now, our politicians a little, sometimes you like a little questionable here and there, perhaps, but shit, so is the entertainment industry, so is corporate America, so is the average people on the street, you know what I'm saying? So, not the average, but y'all get my point. My point is just, I think, as we have become a more evolved society, right? We have become a community that, or people, humanity has, we've had more access to information, right, and knowledge, and we've seen the insanity of things that we have done over and over again that just do not work, right? I think there is a real opportunity for the Democratic Party, especially now, doing something that, because think about it, y'all. There have been 235 years worth of presidents or some shit like that, and not one of them has ever been a woman, and we just had one that was Black. So thank you, J. Cool Jacob. I appreciate that. We just, had our, President Barack Obama. So now we have opportunity to have something that we have never had before, which is an African American and Indian biracial woman. Well, a woman, first of all. Let's just call it what it is. First of all, she's a woman who would be the first ever woman president. Then she would also be the first biracial. So there's just so much to unpack there and so much to explore. And I say, listen, just like my previous post, the woman was elected DA. She was then elected Attorney General. She was then elected Senator. She was then selected Vice President. And she's going to be elected the first woman president of the United States of America. Get into it, you know? So I think instead of going down that road kicking and screaming, it's a great opportunity to amplify the message of unity in this country. And I wanted to come on here tonight to say, I know every time I say I'm not going to be here for a long time, it ends up being 5,000 hours. But I was just geeked up to see that so many white women, gay men, trans women, black women, Indian women, Irish women, like this melting pot of support for this melting pot of a candidate who cares about people and who smiles and is beautiful and smart and sexy and worked her ass off to be where she is and is going to be the solution to the problems, a lot of the problems in this country. And it's not going to happen overnight. And to all of the people who have questions, that's my dog snoring if y'all hear. To all of the people who have questions about what she's capable of or what she's done in the past or what she hasn't done or what she better do and what if she don't do, she not going to get your support. Like, the bottom line is we're in a spot, a rather precarious one, I might say, where we got two choices. And really it's starting to shape up to look like three because Mr. Vance is all over that I'm finna be president real soon. DJT. I think we only have two clear choices. And the two clear choices we got are Harris 2024 or Project 2025. Simple as that. Somebody said now Trump is backing out of the debate with Kamala. Trump doesn't want the smoke with Kamala because he knows Kamala will chew him up. Yeah, my husband said the same. My husband was like, yeah, he don't need to do that. And he doesn't. Ain't no point in him embarrassing himself or the Republican Party by trying to go toe-to-toe with the lady who made Kavanaugh cry. Well, I don't know if she made him cry, but, you know, she upset him. And it makes me so proud to be an American. I have not felt proud to be an American for... Well, no, okay, that's exaggerating. That's real extreme and over the top. But it's kind of true. Like, I love our country, right? I've traveled other places. You know, America has a lot of improving to do, but, you know, it's a beautiful place to live. It's a free place to live. It could be more free. But, you know, we have a lot more privileges and a lot more opportunity and a lot more... we're a lot safer than our ancestors were. You know, we still got a long way to go. And I know y'all like, how you say we're a lot safer when you watch the Sonia Massey video, which, by the way, I did not watch because I just ain't finna watch it. I did do the slide, and that was a lot. But our ancestors had it far worse, and I think it's something for us to always remember. You know, and it's not like I'm saying that we should be grateful for scraps, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is that we have made progress in this country. And if you want to challenge whether or not we've actually made progress in this country, then you would have to explain to me why and how it is possible that we're going to have a woman of color as a president of this country. Right? So we've made a lot of progress in this country. We just need to make more because we are supposed to be the greatest country in the world. So we have to become greater, and that's going to take all of us. And I was just so happy to see that white women in America are standing behind our pick for president of the United States. And I'm sorry that there are people out here. I'm sorry, guys, I got stuff on my shirt. I ain't got no water in my hair, no activator, no lip chap. It is thumb broke, but we kicking it for real. So, yeah, I'm geeked. And I think everybody else should be geeked too. And I think we should lighten up on the judgment because ain't none of us in a position to be president of the United States of America. And no one else has stepped up to the plate in all this time. And she's the vice president, endorsed by the current president. And that means something. And if we all get behind her and hold her accountable too, I'm sure she welcomes that. But I think we got a better shot at holding her accountable and the Democratic Party accountable for what happens after we win this election than we would ever have with somebody who allegedly wants to be a dictator. Somebody who allegedly wants Project 2025 to be our future. If it's a want, but do you really think she's going to win? Electoral not going to let it happen. I hate to say that. So here's the thing. She's going to win. She has raised more money in the history of a first day of campaigning, and she is overqualified for the job, and she already has all the votes that she needs to become the Democratic nominee. So she's already broken all sorts of records, and this is something that has never been done. So I get this whole concept that people saying they're never going to let her be the president. She's never going to get past the electoral. Well, listen, people are old. People are tired. Things don't necessarily go the way they used to go a long, long time ago. It's a new world. It's a young world. She has gotten a whole different base. People who have zero interest in elections are now interested in VP Kamala Harris becoming president of the United States of America. So I think you would be hard pressed with the landslide that is going to be to convince anybody about a poll breaking, about not getting an electoral vote. I think all those threats of mass civil unrest, I think based on what we're seeing, and you know, I'm the most choose peace and talk it out and be more proactive than reactive person that you'll probably ever talk to, one of them. I don't think that people would just stand back and allow the momentum that has been created in just a week. That's going to be probably 10 to 100 times this excitement once this woman actually gets an opportunity to campaign and talk to America about what she's going to do for this country. Nobody's going to be able to take that away from her. This is something that the ancestors, the universe, God, the people have decided is going to happen. So I don't receive it not happening. And as it stands, I'm just as right as you are in saying that you receive that it won't, right? Because we're not there yet. And it's really just a matter of how many people believe the way that I believe, which is that it will happen, and how many people believe the way that you believe, which is that it won't happen. And we're all entitled to our beliefs. But I challenge people to be really careful about the words that you choose, right? I challenge people to be very careful about the language that you use when you speak on things that could really help the entire world become a better place for all of us versus, you know, and I know people a lot of times try to justify the shit that they say that is not necessarily so pleasant by saying, well, I'm just being real, or I'm just telling you how it is. I'm just speaking the truth. Sorry to hurt your feelings, but that's not the truth. And you're not speaking what's real, and you're not saying what it is because that day has not happened and that moment has not occurred. And all the way up until that moment, I'm going to believe that it is possible. I wish Michelle Obama was running, but why hasn't Barack? So I mean, I was one of those I wish Michelle Obama was running too people, right? But then I realized that first of all, dream on, dreamer, life gets in your way. Not gonna happen. Michelle has already said she done had enough. And I don't blame her. Because, you know, You think these people losing it with Vice President Kamala Harris? They're going to blow gaskets all over every which way in the Republican Party. If Michelle ever even fixed her lips to say, I am running, they'd be like, running where? What running? When to do what? So anyway, I think that is not even a possibility. But I think that President Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, whatever the formal way to saying it is, I think he's just being respectful of the process because he has been a president, and I think he's held to a different standard than all of us who are just geeked up and have made the determination that no matter what anybody says, she's the candidate. I think he's being respectful to President Joe Biden. I think he's being respectful. I think there are people who are just being respectful. Not that people who have endorsed her are not being respectful of the process, but I think that his endorsement is such a loud endorsement and such an in-your-face endorsement that I think he's just reserving that for the most appropriate time, which is, I guess, after the DNC thing. But listen, this is what I think. I know I said it's going to be short, and that's the curse. It's going to be short, and it's 12 hours. But here's the thing I think, and I don't know shit about politics. I'm just learning as we go, and I think we should all be learning as we go because this shit is unprecedented. It has never happened before. So what side of this shit you going to be on? But stop cursing, stuff. Trying to get my VP Harris, Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high on. I'm learning that the world is evolving. When the Constitution and all the rules and the laws and the things were written, number one, they were written by white men. Unless somebody knows something I don't. They were also written at a time when we didn't have the internet. They were written at a time when we didn't have all of the dope technology that we have to tell us what the answer to the question. I'm like, if I was a kid in school with the computer, oh, Jesus, homework, when? Siri. I don't even use Siri, but if I was in school, I'd be like, yo, Siri, what's 5 plus 5? But I think we've evolved to a point where we can pretty quickly determine what the people want based on how people are responding in social media and on Zoom calls with hundreds of thousands of people raising millions and millions of dollars. The shit has just never happened before. So some things, I think, I was reading some articles today. Damn, it's going to be long. Oh my God. I'm going to start saying this is going to be long, so then maybe it'll be short. But I was reading an article about, they were talking about term limits for judges and Supreme Court justices, right? And I ain't trying to have no beef with the courts, but we're in a political year, so we're going to talk about a lot of things that might sound like I'm talking about myself personally, but I come to find out and discover that this is just something that goes on. So they were talking about, the possibility of I think they said Judge Clarence, whatever, they were talking about questioning vacations and stuff like that. Something that was announced today during an appeals court retreat. And I'm paraphrasing, but the point is that, you have these lifetime appointments. They have one judge who I think is 96. She's 96. And not to disrespect any justice, right? But as a human, regular person, you're like, dang, at 96, don't you want to just chill? But it makes you wonder, when these laws were created, were we thinking about the fact that people live longer now? So you might have a 101-year-old judge that's kind of and there are a lot of big decisions that judges have to make. So then you have to wonder, could you maybe retire and rest? Not to be disrespectful, but so those are some of the things that you think about when you start thinking about America and how technology has evolved, right? The way we communicate with each other and the way we're educated and informed about things has evolved. But the system of government and how we choose people to speak and be the voice for all people has remained the same since the beginning of the Republic. So I think it's okay for us to just start wondering what it would look like to have a woman of color as a president. Not because we want to be rolling our neck and sucking our teeth and girl and blah, blah, because we're going to have those black girl magic, we geeked up moments, on our Zoom calls and in private. And we're entitled to them. After all we've been through in this country, we are entitled to be geeked up about some shit, right? But I think it's important for us to just keep in mind that when she becomes president, because she will, she is president for all people. And we got to share her. And it was just beautiful to see all of these different groups on all of these different calls raising this money. It just means that we all want peace and we all want humanity, and we all want, our parents to have Social Security, us to have Social Security. We want our parents to have medical. We want our kids and for us to be able to continue to buy homes and build wealth. We want, America to become a more peaceful, equitable place where the promise of democracy applies to everybody and not just he, the white man. That's what we want, I think. And I'm tired, so I'm probably rambling. Let me answer a question. I wish Michelle Obama was running too. I answered that. There's a lot of qualified, smart black women that can be president. I think this country would be ready for a woman black president, but not her. Why, Jermaine? I would like to ask you. I wonder who Kamala will pick as her running mate. Y'all want to know who I want to know? Y'all want to know who I would like to see her pick? Now, of course, I want her to pick Gretchen Whitmer. Of course, I want her to pick her. But I understand that might be woman in power overkill. Child, honey, listen. Men would just be like, what? They would just talk about orange. Everybody would be orange. Red and orange and burgundy. And purple, because black men would be red too. 2 women in the White House? No way. I think it's the Pennsylvania governor, Shapiro. I like him. I did some research. I like him. And I think that he, okay, well, you like him, but first of all, I don't even know what the process is. But I like him. First of all, I think Kamala and Shapiro in the White House just, looks so bomb, right? I mean, it's any VPs, so many great choices, but I like him not just because they're a great looking president and VP, and optics are important. They look strong. They look smart. They bring sexiness to the White House that it has never seen before. No disrespect to either one of them. But they also bring, I think, an aspirational pairing that will have our youth excited about politics, excited about the possibility of maybe becoming president one day. And I think that the fact that you have a black and Indian woman and a Jewish VP, I believe he's Jewish. I don't mean nobody no disrespect. But that just speaks volumes when you start talking about unity and unifying the country and making people feel like everybody's voice is represented in such a powerful executive office, So, yep, I'm tired. I'm rambling. Good to see you too, Daryl. Any other questions? Let's see. Your faith on making the world one is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I mean, shit. Why not? It's been so tragic and tired. And okay, so look. I'm going to say this and then let me see. Anybody else got any important questions? Let's see. Please sing a snippet of 5 Miles Empty. Okay. That's the other thing we got to stop doing. We got to stop talking about how bad things are. I don't know what's going on. What's going on with my, why did the filter switch up? Did somebody just switching filters on me and whatnot? Filters are changing. That's crazy. What just happened? Are y'all there? That's weird. That's so weird. We got to stop complaining. We got to stop being so negative. And we got to choose our words much more carefully, because at the end of the day, what we speak, well, I don't know what's going on with somebody's playing with my live, you guys. I don't know what's going on, so 'tis not me. It's crazy. That is crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm not doing any of this. That's bananas. I don't know what's happening. Somebody has taken over my live and they trying to get me. Hold on. Maybe it was me. Okay. See, there I go with my paranoia. You know, we talking about a black woman president, so anything is possible. I'm gonna get off of this thing. I've been on here for too long as it is. I think we all have a responsibility to be present in this election process. And if we are not, then we're voting for Project 2025. So bottom line is, you either vote Harris 2024 or you're voting Project 2025. We do not have time to invent a new candidate. We got what we got, and she's overqualified and going to heal this country. All right, love y'all. Mwah.